Today I got a robot lawnmower from ANTHBOT, but it's more than that. We're also going to upgrade our backyard. We've actually been working on this video for months now. I'll catch you up on a little bit of what's happening. Basically, when ANTHBOT first reached out to us, my backyard looked pretty bad. It was like the grass was dead, my trees were looking pretty rough. Overall, the backyard looked pretty bad. And I was like, I don't really know if my backyard good enough for lawnmower video when my backyard looked like this. So I got a bunch of extra stuff for the backyard. The first thing I tried to do was when the grass was completely dead, I just added a bunch of seed on top and then I watered it a lot, and then it ended up not working as well as I thought. And the next thing we did was we got a thatch rake because there was a lot of like dead grass on top of my grass that was kind of preventing it from, like, basically what I was trying to do was get my grass to turn green and to look nice. So I ended up needing to thatch it, and that's basically like a rake that you can use for your grass that can remove all that top layer of dead grass. So I did that, and then I added more seeds, and I had this gigantic bald spot in my yard because there was an area in my yard that just got like absolutely cooked by the sun. So I really went in on that area. So now there's a bald patch in my yard. So after that, we went ahead and seeded it and watered it again every day. Then I got some mulch and some different stuff for the backyard. I made the trees look all nice. I got some edging to go around the mulch to make it look real nice. So it looks super sick. I definitely still have a couple finishing touches to do to make it look perfect, but overall the backyard looks incredible. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, because this video took longer than any other video on my whole channel for some reason. My backyard is a mess. Let's go ahead and get it open, see what it's all about. We got the ANTHBOT, Mr. ANTHBOT lawnmower here. So we're gonna open that up and then we're gonna use it in the yard, see how it works. We actually made a short about this. It was just an unboxing, but we never actually used it. So it'll be cool to see how a robot lawnmower actually works and whether it would be good for us. So let's go ahead and get the box open and see what we have to work with here. Here we go. We got a box within a box. All right. So we got the M series here. No wire, no gas, no emission. That's kind of cool. Environmentally conscious. True, you know what else is nice about a lawnmower that isn't gas is that it's quiet. My neighbor's got the loudest lawnmowers ever made. I don't know where they get them from. Overall, like a really nice first impression on the box. Okay, so we got a quick start guide here. Cool. We got the top of the antenna, some cables, power cables, communication cable, spikes for the antenna. We got Mr. ANTHBOT. Surprisingly not that heavy, lighter than an actual lawnmower. And the charging stand, or the dock or whatever that it parks itself on. Wow. And the pole for the antenna. All right, first look. Second look, if you watched my YouTube short about this. Look at him, dude. He's mean. I bet he could race other robot lawnmowers and win. Look at him. That's a beefy boy. I will name him Anthony. Get it? Because ANTHBOT. Sorry. Okay, I'll just leave. I mean, dang, dude. Let's at least get all the pieces laid out so we can see everything that it comes with. And then we'll take it in the backyard and set it up. Okay, so here's everything. Just power cord for the stand. Everything kind of plugs in from the stand. So you only need to plug in one thing, and then they all connect to the back of this. They all connect right here through these plugs and receive power, and then this thing is just plugs into the wall. So one plug, not bad. We have the ground stake for the pole. This is the pole, and the antenna. These will go together and it'll just plug into the back of this. That's it. All we're missing now is the app. We got the Mr. ANTHBOT, we have the antenna and its little garage, and we have our user guide. So we just need to get the app, and then I'll see you in the backyard. So let's do that. All right, so it's pretty much set up. It was pretty easy. I just attached the stand to the ground. I plugged it into the wall. I plugged the stand into the GPS thing right here, the antenna. This is how they communicate. So here's ANTHBOT. It's just sitting here on the dock now. Basically, all you have to do once it's plugged in is make sure that the green light is on this thing right here. You just plug it in, and as long as it has good signal, then it'll turn green. If it doesn't turn green, then you got to move it into a more open area. And then you're going to put this thing on the stand, and it's just gonna sit here and set up for a minute. This GPS light right here is solid white, like it is here. Then you're good to go to the next step. So the next step will be to download the app. So I'm gonna get the app real quick. Okay, here's the ANTHBOT app. I'm just gonna hit later. I'm gonna hit add device, install successfully. Device is powered on. There it is, M9 0460. I'm gonna start a map somehow. I guess I'll hit enter device. There's an option to create map, so we're gonna create a map. Don't build maps on rainy days or at night, okay? Draw a map. No go zone. Before mapping, remove unnecessary obstacles on the lawn. Before you start mowing the lawn, cut the grass shorter than 2.76 inches using a regular mower. I think we'll be fine. Confirm that the GPS is green. Confirm that the GPS light on here is white, and then we're gonna hit next. Okay. Move the virtual joystick up and down to control the device. Move forward and backward. Okay, press auto button, complete. All right. It does have joysticks. So I guess I just have to drive it around the entire edge of the yard now. Oh, it can like turn. It can like turn itself completely. Look at that corner. This thing's all terrain, dude. Look at that. Ran over that grocery bag like a champ. This thing is seeing some serious off-roading. It's gonna go straight through this anthill. It didn't even care. Mapping finished. Okay, the only issue is it's just like when it comes to the trees, I don't know what it's gonna do there, but okay, so I'm gonna hit continue or hit done. Okay, in this mode, the robot will plan and mow the entire lawn. Okay, and there's different modes. You can do zones, auto zone, full map. Gotcha. You can set the mowing height, edit the map. Look, it's docking itself. All right, a bunch of different features here. That's pretty impressive, dude. I didn't think it'd be able to go up that hill like that. Okay, I'm just gonna hit start and see what it does. It's mowing. Look at that weed. It just ran it over. It'll get there. You can do it, buddy. He ate that weed. Look at him eat that little weed. It gone. Little nasty boy. I guess we just watch this thing go, man. Hopefully it doesn't hit a tree. And it's also getting dark soon, so I don't know. Bro might have to pick up the pace. Okay, so day one or day a million, I don't know. The day's complete. It's pretty dark, so we're gonna finish up for the day. I'm gonna let it keep going and doing its thing, but I can't really get much more footage while it's dark. So yeah, it's not taking that long. We just started at like 5:30, so it got dark pretty fast. I didn't plan for this day very well. But I'm gonna let him finish up for the night. ANTHBOT, you guys cooked on this one for real. Like, this thing is like exceeded my expectations. I didn't even map out the trees and it just avoids them naturally. I had the tripod down over there and it just avoided all the legs of the tripod and didn't hit it. It has really good auto detection already. So I don't know. I didn't even know it had headlights. So that's why I'm gonna let it just keep cutting all night until it runs out of battery. So first impressions on this thing, I had very low expectations because it's a robot. I've been mowing lawns for 15 years. So when I see a device that's ready to take my job, I was skeptical at first, to be honest. And I thought it was gonna get stuck and hit a bunch of stuff and like get stuck in the mulch in the trees. Like I said, I didn't do perfect on the mapping, but it just does everything on its own and it hasn't stopped. I haven't had to like pick it up and like fix it or anything. It's just been doing it all on its own, all like this whole time for hours. It's just been cutting on one battery. I don't know. It's just, it definitely exceeded my expectations. It's really cool. I've been finding myself for the past couple of hours while it's just been going, I've been finding finding myself just like staring at it, just like watching it. I'm just like honestly blown away at how good it's doing. Just that tiny little thing, man. And it's so quiet. Like, you hear anything? I don't hear anything. It's literally like quieter than a drill. Like, it's super quiet. I can't hear it. So the neighbors would probably appreciate it too. They probably don't appreciate me making YouTube videos at full volume in my backyard every day, but I'm sure they'll appreciate a quiet lawnmower. Okay, so I have the app open here and it kind of shows like the progress that it's made with a little blue path. So far, it's got like a pretty big majority of the lawn. It's at 33%. I think we started at 86%. So yeah, it's been mowing for 87 minutes. Like I said, I don't think I've ever owned a lawnmower that could mow for 87 minutes straight. My last Ryobi like electric mower, I would have to like switch out the battery multiple times while mowing, but just the backyard, because like the terrain back here is really challenging. Also, it's like wet, it's got like clay, and it's really uneven, and it's got like dips and ant hills, and it's just doing it like nothing. And then you could just give it commands in here, like you could go hit recharge button, or you could pause or end, and you can edit the map. It's a really cool little app. I think my favorite part is the headlight and the fact that it can just cut grass at night. I think that's funny. I like, as it started to get dark, it just turned the headlight on. I was like, what the heck? I didn't even know that. For something that I thought was gonna be like overly complicated, like something like this, usually you have to like babysit it, like a Roomba. I had a Roomba once and that thing was just getting stuck under the bed all the time, and it was just a headache. But this, I guess that technology has come quite a long way. I think I had that Roomba like 5 years ago. So if you want something that's actually pretty easy, dude, honestly, like 10 out of 10. Anyways, so I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll talk about it a little bit more once there's more daylight. Okay, we're back. It's the next day. It didn't start raining yet. It's supposed to rain in the next few hours, but we might be able to get some cutting in before that happens. Overall, it did pretty good yesterday. There's a couple of high patches that it like kind of considered an obstacle because I didn't pre-cut it at all. I just went for it just to see what it could do. So there was a couple of big patches that I took down with the weed whacker so that we could cut, and I'm gonna put the cutting level, I'm gonna adjust that down so they can get even nicer, because I think it was at like medium height yesterday, not top. So I'm gonna put it down like a couple notches so they can get it nice and smooth and low. So before we do that, I just wanted to show you guys this thing, because I kind of just jumped the gun yesterday, but I never really showed you what it looks like on the bottom. Here's a little dude. There's the bottom. So it's got 5 razor blades and a 20 centimeter cutting disc that it's attached to. These bad boys just kind of spin and cut the grass. And then this whole thing also spins. These spin kind of independently. It just sort of spins this whole thing. Pretty cool. These are the little wonky front wheels that I kind of like. All-terrain bad boys, which were literally off-roading yesterday, doing great. My backyard's like half clay. So, I mean, I left it outside all night. It was fine. Nope, no issues. I don't know if I'd leave this in the backyard like indefinitely. I'd maybe put it under like a cover or something. I'm pretty sure it's waterproof, like weather resistant and stuff, but like all these connections and stuff are waterproof. They have waterproof gaskets on them and they're screwed closed pretty tight. It's kind of a personal choice. I'll probably just stick this in the garage when we're not using it, just because the neighbors will probably be wondering what this is, why I have this surveillance cam in my yard or whatever. So I have the app pulled up here. It says ANTHBOT here. I'm gonna go into enter device, and then there's a little settings button kind of in the middle on the right. I'm gonna hit that, and you can change a few things here. You could change the mowing times, so you can go over once or you can go over twice, and then you could change the cutting height. Right now I have it at 50. It's actually adjustable from 30 millimeters up to 70. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it down to like, I'm just gonna go 30 and see what it does. I'm just gonna go full lowest. There's also an edge trimming setting. There's also a way to auto map, which is really cool. Yesterday I did the manual one where you kind of drive it around the whole edge of your property with the little joysticks, but you can also have it do that automatically. If you have like a physical border, like a fence, it'll just do it on its own. So you can also change the mowing direction here. So I changed it to 30 millimeters. I'm gonna keep it at 1 times mowing, and I'm gonna hit save. It already fully charged last night. Last night it got down to about 16%. It was pitch black outside. It kept cutting deep into the night. And then once it reached 16% battery life, it just docked itself and charged itself. And then I hit the stop. But if I didn't hit stop, it would have charged itself and then it would have went right back to work until it was finished. But I went ahead and stopped it. So we're gonna go ahead and start the new one on just the shortest cut. A little progress update on yesterday, it cut for 109 minutes until it docked itself to charge. Pretty much cut the whole lawn except for a couple of areas where it considered the grass so high it was an obstacle. For a yard like this, you could pretty much do it on one charge. And even if it does need to charge, it'll charge on its own. It dock itself, charge on its own, and then come back in like, you know, 30 minutes and keep going, which I thought was probably the coolest thing personally. Okay, I'm gonna hit start. And he's just gonna get to work just like yesterday. And that's it. He's just gonna go now. Okay, so while I was doing that, I have a couple of small things that I wanted to do to make the backyard look extra special. So I'm gonna go get that stuff and I'll be back. But I don't know, let this thing cut while I'm grabbing that stuff. I'll be back in a sec. I went to Walmart and I got some goods. I got new lights for in front of the tree because 3 out of 4 are broken for some reason, even though they're supposed to be waterproof. I think water is what was their ultimate demise. Bird feeder because I like watching bird, and I got a bunch of food for the bird feeder. You putting in work back there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these on the tree, make them look all nice. You guys can come with me if you want. Yummy mealworm. All right, dude, they're gonna mess that up. They're gonna love that. Hopefully we can get some bird on there. Some footage of bird on there maybe for this video. I don't know. They don't like to come out here when we're out here though. All right, I got little bird cakes to put in the side. They're like a little square. I got feeding frenzy. Hopefully the bird will eat this. Ugh, this one's like wet. This one probably should not have left this in the garage for that long, but here we are. Look at that, dude. The birds are gonna fuck that up. You know, it's because it's mowing the lawn and I don't have to mow it. Now I have time to take care of my tree and to feed the bird and stuff, which I think is cool because I always wanted to, but you only have so much time in the backyard before you gotta get back to your real job, you know? It's nice. It's nice to have a little bit of free time while this guy's doing something. I like to keep an eye on him, but you don't have to, but I like to watch him. So it's cool to be able to go around and like pick up trash and like, you know, edge the yard and do a bunch of stuff while this guy's doing the main work. I love that. Hope the birds enjoy the birdhouse. Hope you guys thought it was cool too. I'm gonna put those, I got some solar lights we're gonna put up just to like illuminate our tree at night. It looks super cute, so let me go get those. See, the best part about that is that I did not map those trees. I did not map those trees as a boundary, so it like naturally just doesn't hit the tree because it just figures it out every time. It still thinks that that's cuttable grass and it has to figure it out that it's not. These are the old ones. They're really gross and they don't really work anymore. So I got new ones, way cooler. Pretty good angle, huh? All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. That's pretty much it. As soon as Mr. Anthony or ANTHBOT over there finishes his mowing job, backyard upgrade complete. I tell you what, this backyard looks a lot better than it did. I don't even remember how, like 2 months ago or something when we started this video, all the grass was brown, all the mulch was bad, trees were dead, but it's shaping up to be a nice little family backyard back here. I might even put like a, I don't know, maybe we'll get like a table or something going back here one of these days. Yeah, that's right. We're getting a first person perspective here. Strapping a GoPro on that bad boy. Look at him. He's a star of the show. He deserves a camera too. Okay, I'm gonna start the recording and we're gonna continue this backyard. Good luck, buddy. Everyone's watching. Keep going. Oh, he coming. Oh, he coming. Oh my God, he coming. Oh, he stopped. I still got scared. I got scared there for a second. I thought he was mad at me for making him cut the grass all those times. He went around me. Yo. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, you too. Yes, you are too. He jealous. He jealous of Anthony. Well, if you could cut the grass, then I'd give you more tweets too. We'd make a video about you. What's up? It's your boy, and we're here reviewing an Alaskan Husky / German Shepherd mix. Yeah, he's a little old, but he gets the job done. You like that, huh? He wins. He gets a 20 out of 10 for tech reviewing. ANTHBOT, what do you guys think, huh? I thought it was freaking sick. Look at my yard. It's beautiful, and I didn't have to barely do a thing. I didn't have to cut the grass. That's my biggest pet peeve, is cutting this grass. It's too hard. My lawnmower was $15 and it lasts 20 minutes and then I gotta go recharge it. And by the time it's done recharging, I don't feel like mowing the grass anymore. So it takes me multiple days to cut the grass. But this guy started yesterday, super late at night, and he's finishing up today. He's cut twice now, minimum level. It looks amazing. He's still going. Like, blew me away, honestly. Like, I was not expecting it to like be nearly as good as it was, but here we are. It's beautiful. I got a birdhouse with some bird food in it, which is sick. You can kind of see it there. We love bird up in this house. We got nice mulch in our trees, makes it look all cute. New lights on it. We have some grass back. When I started this video, my entire lawn was dead because we never take care of it, but I think it looks really good. Like I said, ANTHBOT was really easy to figure out. Like, I'm a tech reviewer, right? But sometimes I get confused when I'm doing a tech review or I'm learning about a new product and I really don't know what to do, and sometimes it's frustrating. But ANTHBOT wasn't one of those videos. Everything went smoothly. It was really easy. The longest part of the video was just like preparing the backyard to look nice for the video, but like the actual cutting is just doing it. He's even got a GoPro on. He don't care. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It just works. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, we cover on the channel that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you guys don't get to see those videos, but this is one of those videos where legitimately it was really easy for somebody like me to figure it out. It was super simple to set up. It charges itself. It does everything on its own. You don't have to go in the backyard in 3 hours thinking the yard's cut and it's just beeping because it's stuck somewhere. It's not really gonna do that. It seems to figure everything out on its own. It's pretty smart. ANTHBOT, definitely 10 out of 10. Highly recommend getting one of these. It would help you a lot. Even if it's maybe not something that you're familiar with, it was really easy to figure out and set up. I think it was very well thought out and well engineered. I constantly, when I review products, I like to try and think of how it would be better, but I can't really think of many upgrades for this thing. It'd be cool if, you know what would be cool? if at some point in the future, for people like me who maybe don't have a covered porch or something like that, it'd be cool to include like a little weather cover so you could just leave it outside all the time without worrying. And I'm sure it is waterproof, but I would still have some peace of mind to have like a little roof, maybe like a little attachment right here that you could just attach to here and just have like a little roof covering it, or like a little carport that it can kind of park into. I think would be a pretty cool idea. That way I'd feel more comfortable just kind of leaving this in the backyard all the time. As of right now, I'd probably put it in the garage, and then when I want to cut the grass, I'd bring all the stuff back out here. But it'd be cool to see something like that where I felt like it would, and I'm sure it would be fine in the rain, but personally I wouldn't want to leave an electronic out in the rain like for days on end, even if it is waterproof. Out of all the products I've reviewed this year, this was probably the most fun, because I was just out here hanging out in the backyard. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next tech review. Peace.